going down the timeline or just going through this Japanese journey that I have experienced. Racism does exist in Japan. If you're from America, like I am, it will be refreshing for you because it's not American racism. So it's not gonna be as intense, as hard, as disrespectful, as violent as America is for people that look like moi. If you look like moi, hope you have some tough skin because it comes along with the territory. Everybody knows what racism is. And over there, Japanese people are very polite people. Even if it's fake polite, I still rather somebody be fake polite to me than just blatantly rude in my face. And they're the masters of two-face. But be nice to me, baby. Be nice to me. So there are some people that live over there that are not going to want to sit by you on the trains. Personally, I was okay with that because Japan is one of, well, let me not say all of Japan, but that's my cat. That's my kitty baby. If you heard that. I lived in Tokyo, and that is one of the largest cities in the world, heavily populated. And those trains are like a nightmare if you're not big on being, up on people like sardines. Get you a car or have you a stash of taxi money so that you do not have to endure the local transmute, so that you don't got to get on the train. Train is nothing to play with. There are some people who are not going to want to sit by you because you're foreign. Oh, and the good thing about being a foreigner over there or a black over there with the racism is, I felt like the racism was equal to every foreigner. So it wasn't just a black type of thing. It was a, if you don't look like us, we're on high alert. We're watching you. We're treating you little janky because you're an outcast, you're an outsider. People would not want to sit by you. I've even had hard times trying to catch a taxi over there. They won't want to give your black bleep a ride. It's not funny, but yeah, they will skip you in a line. Say if you're at the conveni, somebody feeling bold or whatever that day will just blatantly skip you in line. And only if you know how to talk to them in their language, Japanese, or if the person, the a sales attendant or a cashier is a fair person and they speak up for you. I mean, you just got. That happened to me. That happened to me when I was in the 7-Eleven. They have 7-Elevens over there. And I was in line and I only knew how to say so much, and this man just walked right in front of me. He saw I was in line. He didn't care. Thankfully, the cashier not cashier. What is the person that works at the it is a cashier. The person that works at the cash register, the cashier was like, "No, sir, that is wrong. No." Big ups to her. She was a real one. She was a real one. But everybody, I can't say they'll give you the same type of grace and a favor. So that'll happen. Some people will look in your face and talk about you. When I moved to Japan, or anywhere for that matter, if I'm new somewhere, I want to know a few things. First, you need to know how to count. You need to know, the currency, because that's pretty obvious why you need to know that. You want to know some directions. You want to know some greetings. Me personally, I be wanting to know the curse words and the insults, you know, because it's like you want to know when somebody is smiling in your face and talking trash to you. This has happened to me before. Somebody's looking right at me and smiling and just insulting me because they generally assume that you don't know English. So they can say you don't know Japanese. So they can say whatever to you. Talk whatever kind of trash to you. And yeah. And some of them will. But if you know what they're saying, either you can ignore it or you can choose to speak up for yourself like I did and, say something equally insulting or just tell them that you don't appreciate it. It's your choice. I won't even say which one I did, but I did have something to say that it's very alarming and surprising. This happened in the bigger parts of Japan and in the Tokyo area. This actually happened in Chiba, the time that I'm remembering, which is a prefecture right outside of Tokyo, not so far from there. If you live in a very rural part, rural. If you live in the countryside, on the countryside, you don't really have that to worry about. But you will experience gaze and stare eyes looking at you. Some of them have never ever seen black people in real life. I vividly recall a time I was walking to the store and it was at nighttime. I want to say it was approaching nighttime, but it was like the top of nighttime, right when nighttime fell. And right when dawn fell. Is it dawn or dusk? Y'all, right when nighttime hit. And I was walking down the sidewalk, and this older Japanese woman, she saw me, and she stopped, and like dead tracks, like she saw a ghost. She was like, just like that, like, she just stopped and stared. I knew a little bit of Japanese at this point, so I was just telling her, it's okay. It's okay. But I think she thought I was a ghost for real until I started talking to her in Japanese, like, it's okay. So they will stare at you. And it can be aggravating, but if you're open-minded, you won't take it really offensively because you will know that Japan is a predominantly homogeneous country, island, where everybody is primarily Japanese. So they're not used to seeing foreigners, especially heavily melanated, black, dark foreigners that they call Caucasian. Caucasian means chocolate foreigner. And just a plug, I am playing my album Vast in the background. If you can hear the music in the background, that's what it is. Make sure that you download it and stream it and tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your father, tell your cousin, tell another person to tell another person about it. They're going to stare you down. Don't be offended. They're just not used to seeing people like you. And then if you are a very eccentric person, different, weird, or exceptionally attractive person, they're gonna stare at you even harder and longer because they are experiencing something new for the first time. And not even just the Japanese people, there are some white people there, some European people there that have also never seen black people face to face, only on TV. So I have met both the Asian people never seen black people face to face, and the European people that had never met a black person face to face. And it gets to be a little interesting. One thing that once you get used to, you shouldn't have to get used to it. Once you get used to this, you will be able to block and deter it left and right. The next videos I am going to be up. Right now I'm chilling, y'all. It's late o'clock here. Late o'clock. But I still want to be productive and get this out. Once this happens to you enough, you'll be able to avoid it. This that I'm talking about is being touched. In America, we know you don't walk up and touch strangers. In Japan, they don't care about that. You are not really a person to some of these people. You are a mystical being. And they're touching you to see, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Are you real? What is going on here? And then all this body yaddy. If you got body, in my body, I mean like really big muscles, voluptuous bosoms or posteriors. If you got a big old rump, if you got a big old booty or real curvy, that blows their mind because they're not built like that. They're not built like that. So when they see you being dark and beautiful, it's sensory overload. It's sensory overload. They want to touch you. They want to see you up close. They want to smell you. They want to feel you. And some of them will. The first time this ever happened to me, excuse me. First time this ever happened to me, I was in the grocery store and this old lady, I just saw her walking up to me. First, she looked really shocked. So that's the first thing, like, you will find you that will be like, have you on alert. Like, they're gonna be looking shocked. They're gonna come at you with the eyes wide open. Like, you will see that face. That face right there lets you know that you're about to be violated. You are about to be violated if you see somebody gawking at you, eyes bulking, wide open, mouth open. You're about to be violated. I'm in the grocery store, minding my business, But I noticed this old woman like looking at me with that face. And she starts approaching me. She starts walking towards me. Me being American, I I didn't really think too much about it. I didn't think that she was about to come and touch me. This woman literally puts her hand in my head. She starts rubbing my hair. Like, I was like, I was taken aback to say the absolute least because y'all know in America that immediately is a violation of everything. And you know, your bubble, your space, your bubble, you don't get in another person's bubble. Not in America. Do not get in another person's bubble without expecting some type of physical pushback. I'm from the South and I was raised to respect my elders. Had I not been Miss Ma'am, could have got the hands. I don't condone violence. I definitely condone self-defense. And when somebody gets that close inside of your bubble, if you're from America, that's a culture shock thing. But Americans, we know we don't get in people's bubble. Over there, people talk closer, and not just in Japan, but other countries. And that's what us Americans do not like about some foreigners is that they will get right up in your face and start talking. You know, it's like back, get back, get back. You don't know me like that. You know, like I need my space. Thankfully, for Miss Man and me having some sense, I was in a foreign country. I did know that you can't go just putting your hands on people in a foreign country. Even though she put her hands on me, she didn't do it aggressively. It blew me away. That was the first time. I just stood there and just took it. I didn't know what to do. Like, I can't believe this woman is touching me like this. This is not a petting zoo. And some of them will ask you, can you touch them? I mean, can they touch you? And depending on how comfortable you feel with that, you know, you can allow it or not. Personally, no, it's a no for me. Look, but don't touch. Am I so thankful? Y'all heard what I say? Y'all heard what I said? I said, when you see me on the streets, just looking, don't you touch me. I can't remember the exact lyrics right now, but it was basically that. This is a no touch zone. If I have not invited you to touch me, don't. I don't go around touching strangers. Typically, Americans, we don't do that. Over there, they will disrespect the life out of you if you let them. I didn't know what to do, so I didn't do anything when she did it. That was the first time it ever happened. Another time, this isn't really racism. This is just like pure curiosity. They're just very curious. It's disrespectful, you know, but they're very curious. Another time it happened, I was in another store. And for anybody who knows me from that era of my life, I used to wear a bit more revealing clothes. And by revealing, I mean I had on like a midriff type of shirt. Like I think I had on like high-waisted shorts and like a crop top. Anyways, you could see my six-pack. I had the six-pack, y'all. And the packs, the muscles were like popping. It was six. It wasn't four. They was just popping. And I'm in the store and this woman walks up, another woman. Now this will happen from women and men. But this woman walks up to me and she just starts like touching on my six pack. And then she does this to my breast. I was like, still, I didn't do anything because I was so shocked. This is so un-American. Like, I can't believe this. This was another older woman. She wasn't as old as the first one, but I was like, can I believe this woman just felt me up like this? Like, oh my God, the audacity, the disrespect, the shock. What? But she had that same look on her face too. That is something that you'll notice once you see that, you about to get violated. Maybe you won't get violated because you are watching this video and you'll know when you see them look like that, get your hands up or move, because they're coming for you. They're coming. Some things I saw that were racist were like blackface characters on boards, postings. Yeah. I don't know if, actually I do know, they know it's racist. They think it's funny though, you know, to put the character blackface type of pictures and stuff up. They think that's entertaining. They think it's entertaining, you know, until you get real with them. Well, regardless if you get real with them, they still find it entertaining. Some of them, not all of them. A commercial that I did for Motto, which was a hair company, you could check that out. It is on my page. Look below. A commercial I did. I wasn't fluent enough to verbalize that blackface was a no-no. Thankfully, there was another black woman there who was fluent and told them that what they were doing was offensive. They did have a man about to do some blackface, but once the woman told them that it was offensive, thankfully she did, they changed that. They didn't change his afro though. Personally, I don't find that to be offensive because some people are just absolutely enamored and intrigued by our natural hair. I mean, it is very God body, you know, it's gravity defying. Like, a lot of people want more body. A lot of people want our hair. So when they do it, I don't look at it as being offensive. I just look at it as them paying like honor and them trying to achieve something that they could never be, or just something that they're interested in experimenting with. I mean, when we straighten our hair, when I straighten my hair, because if anybody, for those of you all who know, you know I was natural for years and years and years. I did it out of convenience. It's not because I was trying to be somebody else. It was just convenience. It was just, you know, a choice, you know. So they could wear their hair, you know, like ours. You know, we're human. One life to live. Like, that's what they want to do. You know, we do it in a sense. I mean, that's not offensive to me. Blackface is more offensive, but everything is about the perspective you choose to have, on such matters. But I did see some blackface. Y'all don't do blackface. Okay? If you want to be black that much, you know what? Who am I to tell you not to do blackface? I mean, a lot of us consider it racist, but shoot, if you want to be black, one life to live, go tan yourself till you get skin cancer if you feel like it. I mean, and experience the darkness, if that's gonna make you happy. I was doing this one job, and I was actually it was a job singing for, what's his name, Kenji. I can't remember his whole name, but it was basically, we were about to be on national TV singing with this man. And for you Japanese fanatics, you just have to forgive me, because when I went over there, my mindset wasn't learn every single thing about their culture and completely assimilate and become Japanese. That wasn't my mindset. So when I work with these stars, it was just another person to me. Even in America, I mean, I'm not like a fan type of person like that. I'm not like a starstruck type of person. But over there, especially, I didn't know who they were. I've never been big on TV. Even now, I don't watch TV so much. So I don't know who everybody is, even to this day. So over there, I definitely wouldn't know who was who. But, yeah, so forgive me for that. I just don't know all of his name. Right off the top of my head, I would have to look on the video and see what his whole name is. So as we're practicing, getting ready, for this band show, one of I can't say he was an agent or the clients that we were working with, one of the people from their camp says, make sure that you're on time. We know how you black people are. What? Excuse me, sir? Did you really just say that? Yeah, he said it. I wasn't as fluent in Japanese as another black woman who was there, who could have said something, to check him. And it's probably for the better. It's probably for the better, but that was racist. Like, what? You trying to say we always late? I'm working on it. No, but I'm never late when it comes to money. That's not a black thing. That's a people thing. But that was racist. So they will not want to sit by you. Some of them will break you in line. Here and there, you will see some blackface. I've even heard stories from other black people. You know what? Actually, I do have another story myself. One, I was in an elevator, and they will put their hands on you aggressively. And I'm a woman. I was in the elevator with other Japanese people, and it was a man. He just pushes me out of the way like I'm just a nothing. Clearly, he felt comfortable with doing this because he was racist, and he just felt like he could. Now, in this case, I recommend pushback. I definitely push back. Because, excuse me, what? Who are you? Why would you put your hands on me? And I didn't do anything to you. This is self-defense here. this is a no touch zone. This is a no touch zone. So I pushed him back and I had some things to say. Like I said, make sure that you know some insulting things to say or just some serious things to say in people's native tongue so they understand that you understand too and that you mean business, because it can get to that level. That was just with me. When I did it, he had something to say, but he didn't touch me again, and everybody looked in shock. Another time, sitting on the train, it's not the women who do this so much, it's mostly the men. At least for me, that's what happened with me, and I'm a woman. I had a man sit on top of my leg on the train. Like, he didn't see me sit in there. So we could go either way. Sometimes they don't want to sit by you, or sometimes they'll sit right on you. Of course, I had something to say, and he rose up immediately. Make sure you speak up for yourself, because they will keep that up and they will keep keeping on if you don't speak up for yourself. Another woman was telling me, I'm guessing they primarily do it with the woman because they view us as weaker figures. We're women. And physically compared to them, testosterone trumps our estrogen when it comes to physical strength. Another beautiful woman, she was much taller than I am. I'm 5'7", so she must have been like nearly 6 feet tall. She tells me that she is walking off the train, and as she's walking off of the train, this man mushes her in the face. Hands would have been thrown immediately with me, as they, like I just explained, hands get thrown. If you touch me, this is self-defense. But that type of thing, that can get you in trouble too. I've just always been favored. Have a lot of grace and mercy. Mush her in the face. I said, what did you do? She said, nothing. I said, girl, no, you did nothing. Now they're going to think that's okay to keep doing that to people. That's why it's important that you stand up for yourself, because in standing up for yourself, you're standing up for other people too. They know that they can't just keep doing that to other people. They can get real ugly. It's not all of them, but it's always a bad apple in every bunch. So that was pretty racist. So they will take it all the way there. All the way there. Let me see what else was versus. I don't want this to be too long, but basically the police, this was new to me, because y'all know in America, black people's not really doing so much back and forth with the police like that. Over there, the police, they're not gonna shoot you. They're not really going to physically apprehend you unless there is a really good reason to do so. So the police force over there is very light. I saw black people arguing with the Japanese popo, police, koban, because they could. So that's something that is refreshing, that the police won't, they won't end your life over there unnecessarily, as they do here in America. That's something that you don't have to worry about. I'm trying to think. I mean, I was there for 3 years. So much happened. There are people that are still there and have been way longer than me, and will continue to stay there and live. They'll probably die there, and they have died there. But black people. This right here is not necessarily racist. I just it's just the way of the land over there. Even if you are black and you're born over there, you will never be Japanese. You will just be a black person or a person from whatever other country that you originate from that was just born there. You won't have citizenship there just because you were born there. And that's not black specific. Some people might call that racist. It just is what it is. Some people, especially nowadays, I feel like people are very easily offended. You know, sometimes it just is what it is, and it's nothing personal. I mean, that's just their rules. Now, this right here is also racist. As I said earlier in this video or another video, I can't remember. Don't. The best defense is not to get into anything with them because they're gonna win. And some people might look at that as racist. It's just, it's the way of the land over there. You are not Japanese. Do not come over here thinking you about to run us in our country. We come first. I respect it. And if you don't respect it, they will kick your whatever nationality self up out of there. Okay? That is real. Just don't get into it with them. Just don't get into it with them. If you had any questions, just put them below. Make sure that they're not offensive and that they are abiding or adhering to YouTube guidelines, because I will not be able to see them. All I'll be able to see is that there was a comment there and that nobody has shown that there's a comment and nobody, you hear me? It's late o'clock over here. It's a comment, but I won't be able to see what it says. So make sure that you're not putting any profanity in there, anything racist, anything sexist, anything that YouTube will deem not public friendly. So I can answer you whatever questions that you have. I want to answer them and help you move along this journey if this is the path that you choose to take. Give you some heads up so that you know what to expect when you get over there. Okay? Like and subscribe. I am Lana. Currently, I am playing Vast, which is my album, in the background. I will always be playing my album, my songs in the background. If you can hear that, download it on every platform. Tell somebody and tell them to tell somebody else too. Love you much. Get off of here.